Alright guys, I'm sorry I was using the wrong prompt in the previous videos. You guys mentioned that when building Shopify apps with tools like Gemini CLI or Grok 4, I should be very specific when building Shopify apps. So in this video, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Warp. It's an ADE, which stands for Agentic Development Environment. It's basically a terminal that allows you to use commands and also agents to make web apps or softwares. Let's go to Warp, and I'm just gonna sign up because I haven't set this up just yet. And I just need to log in. And now I should be logged in. You can just open that. All right, so we're finally here. The first thing that we're going to do is to prompt. If you guys don't know what Warp is, I highly recommend you guys check out my video at BetterStack. I currently work there for now. Anyway, here we're going to prompt the same prompt that we used in the vibe coding for Shopify app developers. So I believe the prompt that I used there is something like this. Hello, Warp. I would like to create a Shopify app using Remix and should also be created using the latest version of Shopify CLI. The Shopify app should be an embedded app in the admin. So yeah. Finally, the Shopify app should list the products from the online store and should be using the Polaris libraries to make the UI similar to the UI of Shopify admin. So that's what we're going to prompt. And for the model, we're going to use Claude for Sonnet. All right, so let's just prompt this. Here we go. It's checking the version of Shopify CLI. Currently have 3.78. Okay, this is interesting because it's going to update the Shopify CLI. In the previous video, it did not do that. Maybe because I'm not using the right prompt. I am so sorry. So now it's installing the Shopify CLI, and now it's going to start creating a new Shopify app. There you go. Now it's using the correct command. Shopify app init. Awesome. You know what I'm going to do after is I'm going to use Grok 4 once again. This time I'm going to use the same prompt. So keep watching if you guys want to see that. All right, something happened. The command Shopify app init not found. Did you mean app init? Yes. And we're going to use TypeScript. Next up, we're going to select the organization. I'm going to use development, and we're going to connect this to an existing app. We're going to use app with cursor AI. Or Curso AI. I'm really hoping this works flawlessly because I'm going to the gym in like 5 minutes. And there you go, perfect. The Shopify app has been created successfully. No issues at all. Now we can just go to the directory. We can just run cd app with Curso AI. I like that it also used the name app with Curso AI. The typo is real. We're also going to index the code base. So I'm just going to click this button right here, and now it's going to start making the page to list all of the products. So I'm very curious how it's gonna do it. It's now creating the div. The app is already set up with a main route that uses Polaris components for the UI. Here's what to do next. Modify the loader function. Would you like me to proceed with implementing these changes? All right, so I'm surprised it stopped working there. I thought it's gonna continue, but okay. We're going to tell it, please proceed. All right, it's now going to modify the app. You can also see here the changes that it made. So if you want to edit this, you can do edit, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna vibe code. Honestly, if you don't want to keep pressing enter again and again whenever it makes a div, you can just press this Ctrl-Shift-I button to approve all of the changes. And that is the whole point of vibe coding. Looks like it is done. We can now select an online store to install this app. So I'm going to use the WikiHow GPT, just like what we did in the previous video. Now it's going to ask me to update the app URL. I'll just say yes. And there we go. I did not encounter any issues at all. That is fantastic. And there we go. We have our product list. We have all the products that we have from our online store, but it looks like the image is not working. So that's fine. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use Grok 4, just like in the previous video. But this time, I'm going to use the same prompt that we used earlier. Okay, so right now I'm going to use the same prompt. Hello cursor, I would like to create a Shopify app, blah, 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 blah. It's gonna be the same thing. Let's run it and see what will happen. And tell me in the comments below if I'm still making mistakes or not. And then I'm going to make another video. This is it, guys. This is the battle between Warp versus Cursor. We're gonna find out which one is better. I've been here for almost a minute and it hasn't continued yet. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's still using npm init. What? There you go. What? What are you gonna do now? Is it still my fault? This is real. I am not making things up. This is live. Live. You know what? I rest my case. This is it. I'm not going to continue. I'm not even gonna run this. So in conclusion, Cursor or Grok 4 is not good in building Shopify apps. So the question is, should you use Grok 4?